Hello YouTube, this is ThyZombie115 back here, and I might be saying Edward Richtofen in my intros from now on, because I get a lot of messages on comments, replies on comments saying, "Whoa, you're Edward Richtofen." I'm like, oh yeah, sure. Not really. There's something cool that I guess you could say it's something cool that I always do in my comments, reply comments, when people talk to me. I'll say whatever I want to say, and then I'll put one of the words or some of the words in German using the amazingly high quality Google Translate. So this video is going to be a NFL Week 5 picks. It's for football. If you're in the UK, I'm pretty sure that you call it soccer. It's not soccer for us. It's football for us. So you can tell by my American accent. I guess you could say American, but the first game up is Arizona Cardinals versus St. Louis Rams. This is an easy pick because the Cardinals 4-0. Rams aren't even that great of a team to begin with, and it's pretty obvious who's going to win, but you never know in the NFL because every team's going to have a chance to pull the upset. But I'm still going to have to go with the Cardinals in this game, 4-0. Rams aren't a great team, so they're 2-2, but Cardinals undefeated, which is amazing for any team to be undefeated. And if they haven't lost at all by 6 games, you can tell that they're going to have a great season. So I'm definitely going to go with the Cardinals in this one. I might have to make this into 2 parts because this will take a while, but Cardinals beating the St. Louis Rams. I hope you like the little edit thing. I'm going to do that with all of them. So, like I said, Cardinals overthrowing the Rams. It's probably not going to be a blowout, but it's not going to be a close game either. So, on to the next team. So this next game will be Miami Dolphins versus Cincinnati Bengals. This one is kind of easy. I'm going to start giving stats now for each team. So the Cincinnati Bengals, I think I don't know if it's total or average or last game, but yes, I think it's the averages. Their average points is 28. Their average yards, 689.2. Average passing yards, 279.2. And their average rushing yards is 110. The Miami Dolphins average points, 21.5. Miami Dolphins average yards, 397. Average passing yards, 243.8. And average rushing yards is 153.2. So, as you can see, as you can hear, the Dolphins have better rushing, but the Bengals have better passing. And I can say that defense will also be completely different. That'll be a game changer. So, I'll switch to defense here. They allow 28 points, so technically they would tie, but they don't. They allow 365.5 yards. They allow 234.8 passing yards and 130.8 rushing yards. So obviously the Bengals defense isn't very great. The Miami Dolphins on average allow 22.5 points, 354.5 yards, 297.8 passing yards, and 56.8 rushing yards. This is a big stat, the defensive area, because the Bengals on average allow more points than the Dolphins, but they also average the same as they give up. Also, the Miami Dolphins are first in the league for allowed rushing yards, which means that they allow the least rushing yards out of any team, which is a big stat. Even though there's only been 4 weeks so far, that's still a big stat. But the Bengals are 23rd in rushing yards allowed, but they're 16th in passing yards allowed, and the Dolphins are 30th, and Bengals passing is a major part of their offense, so that kind of finishes it off there, that the Bengals have the advantage. Number one, they have a better record. And number two, the Dolphins defense won't be able to stop their passing, so it's obviously going to be a big passing game, and I'm going with the Bengals on this one. I'm also probably going to be at this game, not because I'm interested in the teams playing. Well, I live in Cincinnati, so I kind of have to like the Bengals in a sense. I don't hate them. I don't love them. They're okay, but I don't care for the Dolphins, but we're not talking about me. Bengals take this one, no problem. Up next is the Green Bay Packers versus the Indianapolis Colts. My two favorite teams battling, but I'm saying it's not going to be really much of a battle. My favorite team is the Indianapolis Colts, and then my second favorite team is Green Bay Packers. I know that the Colts are going to lose this one, but I'm still going to talk about it and why they're going to lose it. So, on average, they'll score 20.3 points a game, 357 yards, 266.7 passing yards, and 90.3 rushing yards. That's actually kind of surprising when you look at the Packers, because on average they score 21.2 points per game, 333.5 yards per game, 249.2 passing yards per game, and 84.2 rushing yards per game. The Colts actually have higher total yardage on average than the Packers, but they have slightly less average points per game. But the Packers' defense is a bit better, and when I say a bit, I mean a lot. On average, the Colts will allow 27.7 points per game, 362.7 yards per game, 231.3 passing yards per game, and 131.3 rushing yards per game. And the Green Bay Packers will, on average, allow 20.2 points per game, 314.2 yards per game, 201.2 passing yards per game, and 113 rushing yards per game. Now, if you remember any of what I just said, the Packers excel in every aspect of the defense better than the Colts, and the Colts will almost excel in every aspect of offense, except for the fact that they don't score on average as many points per game. So that kind of boils it down and shows that the Packers are going to win. And the Colts are on the road to rebuilding, so since they just got Andrew Luck, they have a bit more help now. So on to the next game. And here we are on what will most likely be the final team of this video, part 1. Kansas City Chiefs versus Baltimore Ravens. This one's one of the most obvious of the week, because on average, I'm not going to go into way in depth because I did that last time and it really did suck up a lot of the time that I could have used. This will probably be 2 or 3 part series. Next time I'll try to cut it down a bit, but here we are. Kansas City Chiefs on average 22 points scored per game, and the Ravens 30.2 points per game scored on average. And allowed points for the Baltimore Ravens on average, they'll allow 20.8 points per game. And for the Kansas City Chiefs, on average, they will allow 34 points per game. So it's kind of obvious what's going to be done to the Chiefs in this game. I'm saying it's going to be a blowout. And the Ravens even destroy the Chiefs in passing yards by a lot. Chiefs 246 passing yards on average per game and 310.2 passing yards on average per game for the Ravens. So this one, I don't even think it's going to be close. That's just my opinion. But yeah, that's the end of part 1. Please tell me what you think. Give me your week 5 NFL projections, your guesses. Tell me anything flawed in my guesses. I bet I'm going to get at least one comment, if anyone does comment on this, saying, oh, it doesn't matter what record a team has. If a team's 15-0, they could still lose that final game, even if they were playing the worst team in the league. Well, in a sense, yes, that's possible, but you could easily get intimidated by a team that's 15-0. I'm not gonna lie. You could be playing the best team in the league, even though you're not the best. You never played that best team in the league. So that's just my little rant for this part 1 video. It kind of does matter what your record is, because if I were the New Orleans Saints and I was playing a 4-0 team, I'd be pretty intimidated, but I'd also be angry at my record. So please like, comment, subscribe, favorite, all that good stuff, rate. This video actually did take a lot of time. It doesn't look like it. This is a 10-minute video, but I probably put at the least half an hour. That's probably at the least half an hour of editing into this. Just the light up and then all that other stuff. So thanks for watching. Please check out my other videos, and I'll see you in part 2, or maybe another video next and then part 2. Thank you.